Hi and welcome to this video of my top 5 gadgets I purchased in 2014. So start at number 5 is the Nintendo Wii U. I purchased the Mario Kart 8 Premium Pack Edition that gave me a 32GB console and the Mario Kart 8 game. I also purchased Super Mario 3D World and later in the year Super Smash Bros. U. I purchased this console specifically to play the Mario games, as I did try a few third-party games like ZombiU and Call of Duty, but found them to be not quite up to par and not quite as good as their counterparts on the PlayStation or Xbox. Number 4 is the Sony PlayStation 4. So I bought this specifically to play the exclusive titles for the PlayStation. I am definitely more on the Xbox One and Xbox 360 camp than the PlayStation 1. I never owned a PS3. But I bought this to play the exclusive titles. So I started off with Infamous Sons of Menace. That is a absolutely great game. Can't fault it at all. Really great. I then purchased the Last of Us Remastered, Killzone Shadowfall, and Drive Club. So moving on to number 3 is the Turtle Beach Air Force PX4 wireless headset. Now I bought this to replace my aging and wired Turtle Beach DPX21 headset with the Dolby Digital surround sound box. These are great. They were originally designed to use with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, but with the inclusion of a 3.5mm headphone jack on the DualShock 4 controller for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One stereo headset adapter for the Xbox One, you can use it with both of those as well. Now I personally use this just with my Xbox One and it's great. The wireless works brilliantly. It's great for watching a film when you don't want to wake anyone else up late at night, and also gaming response. The surround sound works well for games like Call of Duty. You can almost hear people behind you, and explosions and gameplay and fire does indicate the direction of where they are. The only slightly annoying part I found with it was the option of dual pairing Bluetooth that I thought great. I can pair it with my iMac to do video editing and my phone when I go out. Unfortunately, reading more into it after I bought the headset, the Bluetooth pairing only works to bring you calls and your gaming together. Now I've tried it a few times, but I've never managed to get the phone calls working while playing games, so I think it's more likely to be more of a gimmicky thing, or I just haven't quite got it working. But I didn't buy it specifically for that, and I'm happy with it for what I use it for. So moving on to number 2 is the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Silver Edition. Another almost accidental purchase on Amazon. I purchased this a few weeks before the GoPro Hero 4 announcement. Now I bought this specifically to do car videos that I do on my other 2 channels that I will link in the description below. And I also bought a suction mount from GoPro with it at the same time. Now I've always been dubious of suction mounts for cars, whether they're going to hold on to our expensive camera well, and I have to say it does hold really, really well. Now I've driven all over the UK and actually into France with this camera on the outside of my car without any problems at all. It hasn't moved, it hasn't slipped at all. It just sticks really well. I've even put it onto the bonnet of my car and lifted the bonnet using the actual GoPro suction mount. It doesn't move, it doesn't slip at all. It's great. They are quite expensive, but I think it's worth it for the actual structural grip that it provides. I've also bought a couple of accessories, including the head mount and a case from it from KitCase that I will link in the description below as well. So moving on to my top gadget that I purchased in 2014, and this is of course the Apple iPhone 6 Plus. Now, I did start off with iPhones back in a few years ago when I bought an iPhone 4, and then a 4S, and then a 5. Yes, I was one of those guys buying the iPhone every year when they came out. And at the end of last year, start this year, I decided I wanted a change. I didn't like the improvements of the iPhone 5S. I didn't think it was big enough for improvements. So I decided that I would move over to the Android camp and buy a Google Nexus 5 made by LG. Now, that was a great device for its price. I found it not to be quite high enough spec and quite as fast as I wanted it to be. That's not the fault of the phone at all. It's just the fault of the hardware that was in it that I knew that when I purchased it. But it was a great insight into the Android world that also influenced my next phone purchase earlier this year, around June time, when I bought the Samsung Galaxy S5. Thinking, Android device, I was happy with the last one, but this has got a higher specs, more RAM, expandable storage. This will be great. And unfortunately, Samsung went and ruined Android by putting TouchWiz on it. Now, I can't stand TouchWiz. I had it on my tablet at the time, the Samsung Galaxy Tab Pro, and on the S5, and it just ruins a very capable bit of hardware and software. So many of you would say, well, right, you put a custom ROM on it, try and install stock Android. I have done that kind of stuff in the past. I've done that with iPhones with jailbreaking, but when you use it as your daily driver device phone, the last thing you want to do is be staying up to 2-3 o'clock in the morning trying to rebuild your phone so you can go to work the next morning. So I decided in September, when Apple announced the iPhone 6 Plus, that I would move back to the Apple camp to go along with my iMac and MacBook. So I was umming and ahhing between the iPhone 6 or the 6 Plus. In the end, I decided to get the 6 Plus to try and eliminate needing to take a tablet with me everywhere. I found the S5 that was a good sized phone, but if I wanted to do any proper work on it, I needed a bigger screen. So the iPhone 6 Plus fits great. It fits between my tablet and my phones I had in the past, just an in-between place that most of the time all I can do is take my phone and I can do anything I want on it. The hardware is great, the speed is really good as well, and having 4G on the EE network also helps. So that's been my top 5 gadgets I bought in 2014. The only one I was going to add to this list and at the last minute decided to change it was the microphone I'm using to record this video. That is the Blue Microphones Snowball Ice USB microphone. The reason I removed this from the list is because I've only had it a couple of days now. It was ordered on the 25th and arrived on the afternoon of the 28th. So I haven't had a chance to use it too much, but please comment down below on what you think of the audio quality for this video. And if I get a good enough response, I will probably do a review on it as well. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also my other 2 car channels that will be linked down below.